Well, hello and how are you? Hey, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shenandoah Briscoe, coming to you from right here in, well, St. Charles, Missouri. That's where I come from every day, 'cause well, that's where I live, and, well, that's where I be residing most of the time. Anyway, today is Wednesday, April the 15th, 2020, meaning I've got some happy birthday shout-outs going out to Ashley Carter Adams, Dawn Herring, Mamihh Wijaya, and Brenda Bell. And so here we go with your birthday song. I said, hey, yeah, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I'ma say. Ashley, Dawn, Mamihh, and Brenda. You're one more year older today. So happy birthday to you, I say. I said, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I'ma say. You're one more year older today. So happy birthday to you, I say. And many more. You cha 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 cha. Also got a poke out. Hey, a Facebook poke a friend of mine. A poke to Amanda Sue Little. A repoke do. A repoke to you, Amanda Sue. Yep. Alrighty. Um, I still ain't figured out how old my daughter is. I just know she's out there. I got one. I got a daughter. Yes, sir, I do. And she's my Facebook friend from yesterday. That's what they told me at least. They told me she was my friend. Here. I'm just gonna do a little background research on that right here, right now. Start listening. Wake up. Start notepad. Ashley Briscoe. Select all. Cut that. Paste that. 1989. Go to sleep. Okay, it says she was born in 1989. Now, I don't know how to do math, so I'm going to have to get the calculator out. 2020 equal minus 1989 minus 31 years. What? She ain't no 31 years old. No way. I'm not even that old. I'm not even that old. That can't be right. That can't be right. About 1989. Did I do that math right? 1989 from 20. There ain't no. She can't. All right, there's no way. Can't be possible. It ain't possible. 31. Well, dadgum. I'm not even that old myself. She's going to be getting mad at me. I'm not going to say it anymore. If I say it one more time, she's liable to come over to the house specifically to smack me in the head and say, Dad, don't be yakking about my age. Anyway. Oh. Anyway, how about some weather brought to you by Wallace Resale? Wallace Resale is on Facebook at Wallace Resale. Go to Facebook, Wallace Resale, take a gander at all their indoor and outdoor furniture and stuff, and just see what you want and take a look. See, put a message on their messenger, and you will get back to by either Rick or Dawn. Will get back to you as soon as they can, setting up a delivery time or whatever. All right, there you go. Clear to partly cloudy skies with today, April 15th. Lows near 35 overnight, with winds east to northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then how about a mixture of clouds and sun in the morning, followed by cloudy skies during the afternoon. Slight chances of rain in showers, highs near 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then cloudy with occasional rain after midnight, lows around 44 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds south to southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 80%. Then Friday, April 17th, rain showers early with overcast skies later in the day. Highs around 49 degrees Fahrenheit, winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. Partly cloudy skies with lows around 31 degrees Fahrenheit, winds north to northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, April 18th, generally sunny skies, highs around 61 degrees Fahrenheit, with winds south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies in the evening, increasing clouds with periods of showers and after midnight, lows around 46 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 40%. And then Sunday, April 19th, rain showers early with some sunshine later in the day. Highs around 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds west to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 40%. And then partly cloudy skies, lows around 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds north to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then Monday, April the 20th, generally sunny, high skies, generally sunny, highs around 68 degrees Fahrenheit, with winds west to northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies, lows around 48 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds west to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's your weather forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. Brought to you by Wallace Resale of Facebook. That's right, Wallace Resale. There you go. Ha 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 ha. I'm watching Ellen out of the corner of my eye, and there's this guy that's supposed to be expert in throwing a hammock, and he can't even do it. He doesn't even know how to do it. So, what kind of an expert is that? Can't furrow a hatchet. Gonna have to get my son, I'm gonna have to get him over here, so that we can go fishing. I miss fishing. I like to go fishing, but it's too cold to go fishing, so we're not going fishing. We're not going fishing after all. I just won't do it, won't go through it, won't get out there, won't try it. Okay, so yesterday I tried the karaoke dokie. Well, it didn't work so well. All it done was messed me up, and you guys couldn't hear the music anyway. I kind of thought that. I thought I was going to drown it out. I thought I was going to drown it out. I knew it wouldn't be, no doubt. Here, how about this? I'm going to do my Corona, my virus song, because I'm stuck here in Coronaville. Coronavirus cases. Here we go, COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. Cases 2,072,269. Corona cases across the world. And deaths are 133,803 are actually 2. People recovered 500,826. So the average of 98% in middle condition. 51,170%. Seniors are critical. They discover places where they've been gouging numbers. All of the time we do. All right, all right, all right. That was my coronavirus song. I can sing coronavirus songs. I can sing them all day long. Ah, man, there's numbers all out to get Sal. All out to get Sal. All out to get Sal. Added one person today, two people today. El Salvador. El Salvador didn't add anybody today. They only have 10%, 10 cases, plus 10 cases today. El Salvador has 159 total cases. So, this is what I'm saying. The temperatures are warmer in places like El Salvador and Guadalupe and Burundi and Rwanda and Gibraltar. So, this thing is like, why is it affecting them too? Well, it is, but it's not hitting them near as hard as people think. Because somebody asked me the other day, how can I say that the coronavirus is going to be any better when it gets warmer? Well, because that's the way viruses go. Warms up, they die out. It's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Just the way it is. It is, it is, it is, it is, it is. All right, let's see some stories. I know there's got to be a story about St. Charles, Missouri. Brandy Charlie, the story, lazy lyrics. Brandy Charlie, the story. All of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been and how I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything when you've got no one to tell them to. It is true, I was made for you. I climbed across the mountain tops, swam across the ocean blue. I crossed all the lines and broke all the rules too. Oh, I crossed all the lines and I broke all the rules. But baby, I broke them all for you. Oh, because even when I was flat broke, you made me feel like $1,000,000. You do, and I was made for you. Oh, you see that smile that's on my mouth? Well, it's hiding the words that don't come out. And all of my friends who think that I am blessed, well, they don't know my head is a mess. No, they don't know who I really am. Oh, and they don't know what I've been through like you do. And I was made for you. All of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been and how I got to where I am. Oh, but these stories don't mean anything when you've got no one to tell them to. Oh, it's true, I was made for you. Oh, yeah, well, it's true, I wasn't made for you. I don't know that song at all. Brandy Carlisle is who sings the song. And, well, I do not know that song at all. And so, when I sang it, I just sang it. I just sang it the best that I could. Oh, I read it along, and I sang that song. Just us be a singing along. Anyone wants to be a singer too? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Karaoke don't do no dokey-okey, and not for me and for you. I tried to sing it yesterday, but the whole thing fell through. It was not good for me or for you. I know it threw me off, it's true. It kept throwing me out of key, out of key. Oh, ho, ho. Ho, 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 and ho-dee-do. Ho-dee-do-do-do-dee-do-dee-do. Throwing me up in and out of key, out of key. Okay, well, let's see what else. What else we're gonna do? We're gonna do what we're gonna do. What is true? What's going on in St. Charles? Let's see, St. Charles, Missouri. Well, Missouri, St. Charles, just west of St. Louis. We'll just start reading this again. I read this a long time ago, and well, I decided I should read it again. Just west of St. Louis, you'll find St. Charles, a river city with a unique historical perspective, beautiful sights, friendly people, and a place just a little slower than the big city. Founded as Les Petites Côtes, the Little Hills, by the French-Canadian fur trader Louis Blanchet, St. Charles, Missouri grew into a thriving riverfront trade center for a young America. Thousands passed through there on journeys westward, replenishing supplies before departing into the new territory. St. Charles is a source of historical encounters in the Lewis and Clark expedition. That's right, the Lewis and Clark expedition actually started in St. Charles. Didn't exactly. Boom. Rendezvous. Yep, the Lewis and Clark Rendezvous, Missouri's first state capital, also back in 1821 to 1826. It was the original origin of Daniel Boone's Lick Trail and home to Daniel Boone for some period of time. Well, the people, I didn't want to go there. There you go. And the people, where was I? Well, the people of St. Charles have labored lovingly to preserve and share its treasured river heritage. A true destination for visitors, St. Charles history comes alive to welcome you. The St. Charles offers the first-rate hotels and accommodations, over 150 restaurants to choose from, and so many things to do. You may have to come back, then try everything. Experience the charm and beauty of a city that has been welcoming visitors since 1769. There you go. That's St. Charles, Missouri for you. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree, Bob. Yep. Mm-hmm. Hey, that's the drum and fife. The drum and fife crew. Ba 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 ba. Yep. Baptiste Point du Sable. That's right. A black Frenchman who founded Chicago lived his last 10 years of his life right here in Frenchtown and died in 1818. That's right. The founder of Chicago came to St. Charles, Missouri to die. Well, isn't that wonderful? Also in 1818, St. Philippe Duchesne established the first free girls' school west of the Mississippi. It's not surprising that statesmen decided Missouri's first state capital should be right here between 1821 and 1826. Lindenwood College, a landmark private fine arts school, was founded in 1876. No, sorry about that, 1827. Throughout the 19th century, German settlers developed a wine region and brought their food, fellowship, and commerce to a booming pioneer town. During the 20th century, residents worked to preserve homes, stores, streets, and from every period. As a destination for almost 1 million visitors each year, St. Charles history comes alive to welcome you, so join us in the experience and the charm of beautiful little city just west of St. Louis, Missouri. There you go. Hey, that's about St. Charles. That's a little bit about St. Charles. Ha 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 bum bum. I want to sing a song. I want to sing about the moon and the June and the spring. Oh, I want, yes, I want to sing. You go ahead and sing about your Moona and your Juna and your Spring. That was Owl Jolson in a cartoon years ago. I remember it well. It was about this little owl who was supposed to be singing um, religion songs with his family. And, well, he didn't really want to sing it. He wanted to sing swing. So he wanted to swing, and he wanted to sing, and he wanted to swing, like Owl Jolson. And, well, he wanted to sing he wanted to really root and toot and sing a dinga, but they wouldn't let him sing and so he decided to go on a show. Well, he was on the radio show, and he was doing just fine till his parents walked in, and, well, he felt that he better switch back to that little type of singing that they wanted him to sing. Well, nope, that's not what happened at all. They jumped up there on the stage with him and said, nope, you go ahead and sing. You sing about your Moona and your Juna and your Spring. Yes, sir, go ahead and sing. Because, well, we want you to win that prize and everything. All right, that was how that went. Story time, I think. Yeah, it's about time. Gather round, childrens. Gather round, kiddios. Gather round, kids. Time to tell a story it is. Children's stories. Yes, time to tell a children's story. That's right. Cinderella. How about it? How about Cinderella? Cinderella by Wikipedia. Wikipedia's Cinderella. They done it the other day. Maybe they'll do it again today. 'Cause I found one the other day. Handouts, some 5 cents. 5 centuries before Sterobe Records, a popular legend about possibly related courtesans named Rodolphus. I don't know, but I've been told. There's bunches of different stories, really. I know because whenever I was in over at St. Charles Community College, we went to one. The Asian version. Yeah, it was about the fish. About the fishes. About the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. Oh, baby. Joy to the world. Jim all the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. And joy to you and me. Oh, baby. Joy to the world. And all the boys and girls, joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, and joy to you and me. Well, the oldest known version of Cinderella is the ancient Greek story of Rhodopolis. So, that was a Greek courtessa. So let's try that one. The Greek courtessa, Rhodopolis, tell the fabulous story that when she was bathing, an eagle snatched one of her sandals from her maid and carried it to Memphis. And while the king was administering justice in the open air, the eagle, when it arrived above his head, flung the sandal into his lap. And the king, stirred both by the beauty shape of the sandal and by the strangeness of the occurrence, sent men in all directions into the country on a quest of the woman who wore the sandal. And when she was found in the city of Nitocris, she was brought up to Memphis and became the wife of the king. So there you go. That was the first one. That was the first Greek one. And then, the same story is also later reported by the Roman operator, Alien, in his miscellaneous history, which was written entirely in Greek. Alien story closely resembles the story told by Strabo, but adds that the name of the pharaoh in question was Pazmatic. Okay. And then there's handouts and antiquities. Herodias. Herodias. Now let's see Herodias's version. Herodias's version, the live chorus Kerpos Kadiris. This looks like it's going to be all in Greek, or at least it's Greek to me. Here are presented the results of inquiry carried out by Herodias of Herculaneus. The purpose is to prevent the traces of human events from being erased by time and to preserve the frame of the importance. Okay, well, these are things that we are not going to be looking into after all. Let's see, here I thought Cinderella was going to be a cute and easy one to find. And no, I take it back. I want to tell stories, and I don't know how. I keep thinking, well, it ought to be easily Cinderella adaptations. Cinderella. Yeah, Cinderella. There's some films. There are films of Cinderella, but there are stories of Cinderella too. Full cast and crews, plots and mysteries. I don't want to know all that stuff. I want to read the story. How can I read the story of Cinderella without pain? Oh, story time Cinderella. Cinderella, a read-along story. And top 10 greatest Cinderella movies. Okay, story time. A read-along Cinderella book. Okay, get these. Walt Disney's Cinderella. It's adapted by Della Cohan. So there we go. Once upon a time, long ago. Yes, once upon a time, long ago, in a faraway land, poor Cinderella lived with her mean step-family. They filled her days with cooking, scrubbing, washing, and chores of every kind. Oh, wait a minute. But Fievel the mouse Cinderella's stepmother and two stepsisters, Anastasia and Drizella, never helped her with her work, but Cinderella remained cheerful and kind. She made friends with all the animals that she met, even little Fievel the mouse. Cinderella even made clothes from the mice who shared her small attic room. One day, Jacques, her favorite mouse, was upset. "What's all the fuss about, Jacques?" Cinderella asked. He, uh-oh. Eh, he led her to a new mouse that was caught in a trap. Why, the poor little mouse. Cinderella quickly fed the frightened mouse. Then she dressed him in new clothes and found the perfect name for him, Gus. So Josh and Gus were her new friends, along with all the birds. When it was time for Cinderella to feed the chickens, the mice headed for the barnyard. Cinderella always saved some of the corn for them, but today the mean old cat Lucifer blocked their way. Jacques was chosen to get the cat to chase him, but he was nearly caught. Eh, And Jacques kick-the-clack, an angry Lucifer started chasing him safely into the mouse hole. When Lucifer waited for Jock to come out, the other mice scampered away. Cinderella spent the rest of her day attending to her chores. "Take that iron," Drizella demanded. "Don't forget mending," Anastasia added. "Pick up the laundry and get on with your chores," said the stepmother. Boy, boy, boy. So then the wicked old stepmother was lying in her bed. Meanwhile, at the royal palace, the king complained to his wife, "It's high time my son got married," he sobbed. "I want grandchildren," and the king decided to hold a ball, and if all the eligible maidens came, the king said the prince is bound to find someone to marry. So invitations came. The royal ball. Later that day, Cinderella heard a knock on that door. "Open in the name of the king," said the royal messenger. He handed Cinderella an invitation. When her stepmother read the invitation aloud, Drizella and Anastasia became excited. Each imagined the princess falling in love with her. Cinderella was also excited. "Why, that means that I can go too," she said. The stepsisters asked. "Every eligible maiden is supposed to attend," answered Cinderella. Surprisingly, her stepmother agreed. "I don't see why you can't go, if you get all your work done, and if you can find something suitable to wear." Well, Cinderella, she started to do her thing. So she raced to her room and found a dress that had belonged to her mother. With a little stitching, she could make it pretty. As Cinderella worked on the dress, her stepmothers and stepsisters called her and gave her many chores. "Get them done quickly," they said. When Cinderella had put the dress aside, her animal friends began to work on it, and they gathered beads and such, and they stepsisters had thrown away. Soon they had her dress all stitched up and pretty. Cinderella finally finished her chores and went to her room. Then she realized it was too late to get ready to the ball. She was Suddenly the mice yelled, "Surprise!" And they showed Cinderella the beautiful gown. "Oh, thank you so much," she cried, as she placed the dress upon herself. Cinderella put on the gown and hurried to join her stepsisters. But when her jealous stepsisters recognized their old sash and beads, they tore Cinderella's dress to shreds. Cinderella's friends watched sadly as she wept in the garden. "It's no use," she sobbed. "Nothing will help." At that moment, a bright sparkling lights began to floating and swirling around Cinderella. Poof! Cinderella's fairy godmother appeared. "Dry those tears," she told Cinderella. "You can't go to the ball looking like that." "But I'm not going," said Cinderella. "Of course you are," replied Fairy Godmother. She waved her magic wand over the pumpkin, and Rigu coach appeared. "Oh, it's beautiful," said Cinderella. The fairy godmother waved her wand again. Jacques and Gus and two other mice turned into four beautiful white horses. Then she changed Major, the horse, into a coach driver, and Bruno, the dog, into the footman. And then the next fairy godmother turned Cinderella's torn dress into a beautiful gown, and in a flash they were also tiny glass slippers for her feet. "On the stroke of midnight the spell will be broken," the fairy godmother warned. "Everything will be as before." And so the The ball was just beginning when Cinderella arrived. She climbed the long staircase. "Oh, how happy I am," she thought. The king and the Grand Duke watched the maidens walk forward to meet the prince. The prince was unimpressed with them all, and then he noticed Cinderella. Entranced, he walked past all the other maidens and led Cinderella into the ballroom, and they began to dance. They danced every dance until the clock began to strike midnight. Bong, 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 bong. Cinderella said, "I must go," and she panicked, fleeing her hand from the prince, and as she fled she lost her glass slipper on the staircase. The clock sounded as the coach raced from the palace to get home. The horses were mice again. Cinderella was in rags, but she still had one glass slipper. The next morning the prince decided that he would marry the girl who decided that they would who lost her glass slipper at the ball. Find her, find her, roared the king. The Grand Duke would check every house in the kingdom for a maiden whose foot would fit in the glass slipper. Cinderella was so happy that she eagerly awaited the Grand Duke's visit. No matter what Drusilla and Anastasia ordered Cinderella to do, she nodded dreamily. Cinderella's stepfamily could not understand. Cinderella's stepfamily could not understand the reason for her joy. And then the wicked stepmother realized it must have been Cinderella who was the princess's favorite at the ball. She locked Cinderella in her room. "Let me out!" cried Cinderella, but her stepmother put the key in her pocket, laughing her miniest laugh. And then Cinderella heard a knock on the front door, and the Grand Duke had arrived. Meanwhile, Jacques and Gus had seen what the stepmother had did. They took the key out of her pocket and slipped it under Cinderella's door. Downstairs, the Grand Duke watched his footman try to squeeze Anastasia's big foot into the slipper. Of course, her big foot did not fit into the glass slipper. As she hurried down the steps, Cinderella heard the Grand Duke ask, "Are there any other maids in the house?" "Please wait," Cinderella called. May I try on the glass slipper?" And the angry stepmother said, "No, there's no way it could possibly fit her." As the Duke approached Cinderella, the glass slipper shattered. "Oh no!" moaned the Grand Duke. "But you see," said Cinderella, reaching into her pocket, "I have the other slipper." Quickly, the Grand Duke put the slipper on Cinderella's foot. It fit perfectly. Cinderella was the princess's love. The prince's love. Cinderella married the prince and lived happily ever after, and so did Jacques, Gus, and all of Cinderella's animal friends. The end. Clap if you like. You're more than welcome to. That was Cinderella, Cinderella. Do 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 do. Alrighty, hey, now it looks like it's about time for our portion of the program called Our Daily Bread. And Our Daily Bread is, well, brought to you by God. That's right. And the devotion for the day is called From Pity to Praise. If you're following the Bible with Briscoe, I really hope that you are. We'll be covering 1 Samuel 27 through 29 and Luke 31, 1 through 22. That's the Bible with Briscoe 2020 is what that is. The Bible with Briscoe 2020, it'll pop up and it'll give you whatever day it is. Today would be 106, I think. Day 106. 106 days into the year since January 1st. All right. The devotion, like I said, the devotion is called From Pity to Praise. And the testimony, the insights or the scripture for that would be 2 Timothy 4:9 through 18. And so we shall read 2 Timothy 4:9 through 18. Do your best to come to me quickly, for Demas. Do your best to come to me quickly, for Demas, because he loved this world, has deserted me and has gone to Thessalonica. Crescens has gone to Galatia, and Titus to Dalmatia. Only Luke is with me, and get Mark and bring him with you, because he is helpful to me in my ministry. I sent Tychicus to Ephesus, and when you come, bring the cloak that I left with Carpus at Tauros, and my scrolls, especially the parchments. Alexander and the metal worker did me a great deal of harm, and the Lord will repay him for what he has done. You too should be on your guard against him, because he strongly opposes our message. At my first defense, no one came to my support, but everyone deserted me. May it not be held against them. But the Lord stood at my side and gave me such strength, so that through me the message might be fully proclaimed, and all the Gentiles might hear it. And I was delivered from the lion's mouth. The Lord will rescue me from every evil attack, and will bring me safely to his heavenly kingdom. To him be glory forever and ever. Amen. And so there you have it. There's the daily bread portion of our program. And I thank you for tuning into the Shen Show today. And I do have one more song for you, and that would be, well, goodbye, my friends. It's a time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends, goodbye. All right, here's been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you, and thanks for tuning into the Shen Show. And as always, God loves you and so do I. So call and come back tomorrow and come and see me tomorrow because, well, I'll be here and I hope that you are too.